Hi, I'm Roger Gilchrist, the founder of Wellness Institute. In this video, I'd like to talk about polarity therapy as a defining model for energy medicine. Energy medicine is a much broader field with many different therapeutic practices within it. Polarity therapy is one of those clinical practices. At the same time, polarity therapy theory can be seen as providing a model for understanding the entire field of energy medicine. I'm a psychotherapist and a polarity therapist in practice in both fields for more than 30 years. I've also presented on energy medicine and polarity therapy for the National Institutes of Health. Polarity therapy looks at the human energy system in relation to the principles that govern energy movement throughout the living system, and also the 5 elements as they describe qualities of that movement. In this discussion, we'll talk about the 5 elements as they describe different therapeutic applications within the larger field of energy medicine. The 5 elements defined by polarity therapy are called ether, air, fire, water, and earth. These are drawn from Ayurvedic medicine and also from the ancient Hermetic sciences of Greece and Egypt. These are different from the Oriental 5 elements, and we just need to acknowledge that we're using the Ayurvedic names for the 5 elements. Ether, air, fire, water, and earth. As energy moves through a field, it radiates out from a source that expresses that energy. As that energy moves farther from the source, it moves through discrete stages of expression, which are defined by the 5 elements. The ether element defines the field of action. The air element establishes movement within that field. The fire element directs that movement and concentrates it toward a specific goal. The water element brings in the quality of cohesion and draws that movement toward that goal and that completion. And the earth element is the final stage of energy's movement out from the source, resulting in a completion in form. The same elements are true in reverse as energy is drawn back into the source in a return current of flow. The ether element describes field dynamics. In relation to the physical body, the central nervous system and the fluids supporting it are in resonance with the ether element. The therapeutic practice that works best with this level of the human system is craniosacral therapy. Particularly, the biodynamic approach in craniosacral therapy works with the energetic dynamics as well as the structure and function of the body. Because craniosacral therapy is working with the core of the living system, including the central dynamics of the human energy system, it's working with primary energy before it becomes differentiated into the 4 manifest elements. The next element in the movement outward from the source is described by the air element, which establishes movement in the field. As energy moves through the field, it starts to govern specific locations in each of the 3 poles of the human energy field. The different charges among the 3 poles of the field allow the movement of energy to take place. As this movement occurs, the dynamics in the energy system establish harmonic reflexes throughout the 3 poles of the field. Each one of the 5 elements has specific harmonic reflexes in all 3 poles. In this way, the air element involves working with the harmonic reflexes that are established as the first level of energy's movement through the field. Polarity therapy is the science of energy balancing that works best with these harmonic reflexes, which are the basic substrate of the human energy field. As energy continues moving out from its source, the fire element is the next stage of expression. That fire element starts to focus the energy into specific channels that move through the body. These channels are the acupuncture meridians, and therefore Chinese medicine, and particularly its application through acupuncture, is the best therapeutic practice for working with this more specific level of the human energy system. That's important. At this level, or this stage of expression, energy has changed from the open energetic field contained by the ether element and the harmonic reflexes established by the air element, and has moved into direction and focused movement in specific channels, which are defined by the acupuncture meridians. We've moved into a much more detailed level of expression in the human energy system. The next stage of energy unfolding out from the source is governed by the water element. The core theme with the water element is cohesion and drawing together. Since the water element governs fluids, everything that affects the body chemistry comes under the domain of the water element. In this way, pharmaceutical treatment and also herbal medicine influences the physiology of the body through adapting the chemistries held in the fluids. And in this way, pharmaceutical medicine as well as herbal medicine are governed by the energetic domain of the water element. Finally, the earth element represents structure and function. The therapeutic practices that engage the structure and function most effectively are anything that adjusts the framework of the body or influences it in a structural way. Chiropractic therapies, for example, and osteopathic adjustments work with the structure and function of the body. Additionally, orthopedic surgeries or other surgical intervention work at a structural level, and this level is governed by the earth element. If we understand the 5 elements as deep themes that are described by polarity therapy, and in my experience, described better in polarity therapy than any other approach to energy medicine theory, by understanding these 5 elements, we come to appreciate the therapeutic modalities that work best with each level of the human energy system. The ether element governing the entire biofield and the system as a whole. It works with the field dynamics, and it works with primary energy. The air element governing the harmonic reflexes that are established among the 3 poles of the body. Polarity therapy is the clinical practice that works with these harmonic reflexes and brings the movement of life energy into better balance. The fire element then describes the channels of energy flow where energy has become directed into very particular functions in the body. This is the acupuncture meridian system, and acupuncture and other approaches in Chinese medicine often affect this level of the human energy system best. The water element governs the fluid dynamics of the body, and anything that affects the chemistries of the body, like pharmaceutical medicine or like herbal medicine, works in this domain described by the water element. And finally, the earth element being about structure and function. Anything that adapts the structure of the body, whether done surgically or done through a physical adjustment, or done through an exercise that deeply releases energy held in postural distortions or other strains in the body. All of these are examples of working therapeutically in the domain of the earth element. In this way, polarity therapy theory describes an overall model for the clinical practices within energy medicine and which practice is best applied to what levels of the human energy system. I hope this helps you understand energy medicine in a more comprehensive way and helps you appreciate how specific clinical practices address particular levels of the human energy system. Remember, the theory of polarity therapy provides a comprehensive understanding of the wider field of energy medicine. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your practice of energy balancing in the dynamics of life.